We are wrestling.
Olympic hero Kurt Angle, and you're listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast. We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling Podcast.
You're watching We Are Wrestling.
I'm the host with the most.
You are by far the least intelligent.
Stay tuned, listen to the podcast. Best one, Donnie, might teach you a thing or two.
What is going on, We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide? Ben here, one half of the We Are Wrestling Podcast.
If you ain't listening to the We Are Wrestling Podcast, bro, you're missing out. The king listens, and you need to too, bro.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
We Are Wrestling Podcast.
We are wrestling.
What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself. The best one, Donnie, here with...
What is going on? We Are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide. It is Ben here, Uncle Ben, America's favorite uncle, wrestling's punching bag, Rage Circus. How you guys doing today? We got a massive stacked show for you guys tonight, but before we get into all that fancy mumbo-jumbo nonsense, Don, take it away.
That is right. We have a stacked episode for you guys. Lots of things went down this week in the WWE Universe. We're going to be talking about all the good stuff. But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already and you're listening to this episode, wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star review. Not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel where you get the best pro wrestling content, you get the video version of the podcast for free. You also get live watch-alongs, you get predictions, you get reactions, even free wrestling matches. And if you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on post notifications, videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real. Yeah. you finally did it. Proud of you.
Yeah.
I tried getting you to do that on the live watch along, which we do want to thank all the maniacs that joined us for the WWE Bad Blood watch along. Not gonna lie, I really did enjoy the premiere live event. Had a good time meeting your buddy Dan, but it was just unfortunate that I was literally 30 seconds behind you guys throughout the entire thing. Took away so much fun.
I don't understand how that happens on a live show. I don't understand why we run into that so much in a live show. I don't understand. But
well, it has been a while, and I forgot that we usually fall behind because all the time, when we're doing the live watch alongs lately, I feel like we're always in person.
Because
so,
motherfucker.
So when it comes to being virtual, I forgot that we ran into these problems in the past. So the fact that for the first time ever, it was me that was behind by 30 seconds and not you definitely caught me off guard.
God was on my side that day.
And I'm kind of glad that I actually watched the whole Goldberg and the Gunter thing afterwards, because I did take a break. I had to go take a smoke break because of all the
that's where you were? I thought you went to go get food or something.
Nope. I was taking a smoke break from all the stress of you spoiling everything. Oh my God! This happened!
Now you felt how I felt that fucking Survivor Series where or Extreme Rules where I got outed as a fucking bad friend apparently with Dan. Now you know how I felt. You know how I felt.
At least I'm not getting heat for my anger, because I felt like I was pissy throughout the stream.
No, you weren't pissy at all. Dude, if you were bothered, I didn't even notice, bro. I thought you went to go get some food.
I guess I have a good poker face.
Dude, you handle pressure very well. I've noticed where me, dude, the smallest thing goes on, there's like a nuke of 20 F-bombs. So, dude, honestly, good on you because you had me fooled.
Well, here's the reason why I'm able to, like, pretty much take the shit. Because my shoot job, I got to deal with asshole plumbers all day long. So I can deal with it. I got thick skin, baby. I'm a fucking snake. I'm a viper.
And then he goes and he smokes his Zaza, and then he comes back like, what the fuck happened? Why was I fucking mad?
Pretty much. It helped a lot. It really did.
It does. It really does, dude.
But I do want to give the We Are Wrestling Maniacs heads up as well. We do have some content over on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel. If you guys haven't checked out the Blitzkrieg match that We Are Wrestling sponsored, Kevin Blackwood versus Sammy Diaz, highly recommend you guys to check him out. Two up-and-coming rising stars in the pro wrestling business, and they put on a banger, which we got to thank Blitzkrieg Pro for allowing us to come to their show and continuing to let us sponsor their events. They just continue to get better and better, dude. I feel like every time we're going.
Yeah, I need to like give them some fucking flowers, dude, because that show, Cool to Be You, felt absolutely special.
Best show in my opinion.
Dude, I can't even, dude, like, I haven't been nearly as many Blitzkrieg shows as you have, obviously, but dude, that shit felt special. Like, there was, like, no real, even Candyman's fucking match was pretty fucking entertaining.
That's what I'm saying, even
like,
the Candyman,
dude,
I enjoyed it.
Like the fact that he was like the Candyman instead of like he was like a Sandman knockoff, and honestly, it fucking worked so hard, bro. Like it was genuinely entertaining the entire night, front to back, dude. Like that card felt like it flew by because it was just nonstop. And dude, top 5 Dead or Alive, man. What a guy for fucking repping some We Are Wrestling all the way down to the ring, bro. God,
one of the coolest moments ever, man. So shout out to Sammy Diaz for doing that.
GOAT.
That was so awesome.
The GOAT.
And just overall, too, like, a lot of the character development I noticed, like, during this Cool to Be You. Like, people are really starting to come out on their own. Like, I really enjoyed the presentation of Silver Screen Productions.
Dude.
The entrance, the presentation, everything about it was so good.
Dude. Holy fuck, man. Like they really took an inspiration such as like the Wyatt Six and like entrance and like almost culty feeling and really brought that down to an indie level, and it worked. Like it didn't feel like a rip-off or a knockoff of anything. Like it felt like fresh shit. And dude, I've always had like this fascination with Jay George now. Always have, rather.
So good,
but dude, now
so
like
good.
I'm interested. Now like you got me hooked. Now you got me like excited for the next show. So like I'm really like into the fucking Silver Screen Collective. Really good shit, dude. Really good shit. And I really have to give that dude his flowers too, because he's a great worker. First of all, like in ring, he's pretty fucking solid. The dude's got it on the fucking mic. He's got the riz.
The character
like, the dude's
presentation is fantastic.
Phenomenal, dude. And the song choice that they chose, like, dude, everything is spot on. Like, they have a solid faction going on. I can't stand like one of their fucking members, which is a good thing. That means he's doing the job really well. Like he's playing
which
a
one
good
is
heel.
it? Is it the one that comes out to Big Time Rush boyfriend, or is it?
I think so. It's the one that had like that, like fucking. He was wearing one of the shirts from fucking
the silver like crop top.
The kind of like fucking pretty the pretty fucking deadly wears.
Tristan Kyle. Yeah,
Tristan Kyle. Like that dude, I can't fucking
he came out
stand
Big Time
him.
Rush, and then I was like,
"You suck." He's like, "No, you suck."
Suck.
He was like, "No, you suck." I'm like, "Dude, that's all you had." But like now, I'm like, it's honestly kind of cool seeing a little whiny bitch get into a really good fucking faction, and he's really starting to come into his own. So honestly. Yeah, dude, that was one of the high points of the show for me too. So it was definitely Silver Screen Collective.
So if you are a listener of the We Are Wrestling podcast and you just heard Ben and I going womp 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 womp, highly recommend you guys to go subscribe to IWTV. You can actually rewatch the entire Blitzkrieg show that we were at, and I highly recommend it. Like in my opinion, like Blitzkrieg is one of the best independent wrestling companies out there right now.
Paul London said it.
I am a connoisseur to independent wrestling. I watch all the different promotions out there, and I feel like what Blitzkrieg's doing is different than the rest.
Paul London said it's badass, so it's obviously badass, and he likes what we created, and he's thankful that it exists. So if he said that shit, y'all need to check it out.
That's right. And also, if you guys haven't checked out the Wrestle Dream Predictions video, recommend you guys to go check that out. And I do want to address something here. for
excuse me.
tomorrow for Wrestle Dream, unfortunately, I will not be doing a live watch along because I am going to be out of town. I'm going to Boston for
Suck it,
Day
AW.
Seeker, which, Ben, you'll actually be at the event too with all access, you lucky
You just
fuck.
can't see me.
Yep, you can see me, but I can't see you.
Yo,
But
let's just
I
take
will- but I
selfies
will
and send
say-
them to each other.
But I will say this though, as much as like I'm gonna miss doing a live watch along for the AEW pay-per-view, this week I've actually been taking a break from doing reactions and doing the live streams to just give myself that week so that I can come back next week just 150%. Because that's
yeah.
the thing, like a lot of people don't know behind the scenes, I have a lot of things going on right now, especially like after this
Same.
weekend. I am going to be all over the place until
Same.
the first week of December.
Yeah, well, maybe not the first week of December for me, but the rest of the month, dude, I'm fucking, like, I am gone. Like,
I am booked,
next week,
man.
from the
I feel like
17th
I'm,
to the 20th.
I feel like I'm Joe Hendry right now. I'm getting booked.
Yeah, dude, I'm saying, like, the 17th to the 20th, 21st, I'm going to be in Ohio. Literally, the week I come back, the moment I set foot back in Massachusetts, I'm taking a fucking week off. Like, I'm not going to fucking stream at all, dude. I am chilling. Like, I am just going to get my social battery back to where it needs to be because, dude, I'm going to be burnt the fuck out so bad.
You're telling me, man. Let me look at my calendar actually here real quick.
You know what? Fuck it.
So-
You know, that
so for-
week, let's fucking just take that week off. Let's just take that fucking week off collectively.
Well, you see, I can't because we've been so consistent for over a year. So if anything, like I could definitely I could probably get Ricky to do the show with me. If anything. If anything, let's film an extra one in the tank. Let's film an extra one in the tank so at least we have like one to put that week. So if anything next week. That works too.
Ooh, actually, come to think about it, next week you're gonna need Ricky because I won't be here. I'll be in
I was
Ohio.
gonna say you're gonna be out in Ohio, right?
Yeah, so I won't be here next week, but if anything, yeah, I'll be back that following week.
Yeah, so with me, like, here's my schedule. Here's what it's looking like as of right now. So next week, I'm going to a Halloween party on Friday, and then on Saturday, I am going out to Long Island, New York for Creative Pro. And then the next week after that, the 25th, 26th, and the 27th, that's my fiance's birthday. So obviously, family first, happy wife, happy life. Then let's get into November. Oh man, November for me is going to be one of the craziest months like of my entire YouTube career.
Yeah, boy.
So Friday, November 1st and the 2nd, I'm going to be out in Rhode Island Comic-Con, which, oh man, I can't wait. Meeting a bunch of wrestlers.
Yeah, fuck off, I know.
Meeting American Pie.
I know, fuck off, I know.
I'm excited. And they just announced Swerve Strickland, so I'm actually excited.
That's actually kind of dope. I saw that. That's dope.
So then we got my birthday weekend. My birthday, November 8th and the 9th. I'm going to be out in Long Island, New York for the big event. So I do recommend the Maniacs if you do see me there, because a lot of our subscribers, they actually do go to this
Plug
event.
your Cash App in on the YouTube channel that day so they can buy you some stuff for your birthday.
They'll
do it, bro.
birthday.
They'll do it. They'll do it. Seriously.
But here's the thing, though, I want to say is, if you see me, don't hesitate to come up, come say what's up. I am a social butterfly at this event. You'll see me. I wear my typical We Are Wrestling merch.
He said I'm a social butterfly.
So guys, if you do see me, don't hesitate to come up. And then the 15th and the 16th are going to be hectic because on the 16th we have the Wrestling Classic and Blitzkrieg Pro.
The same day, right?
After the Classic. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be a
same
very
fucking
busy
day. Oh, that's going to be
Same
such
day.
a good day. Fuck yeah.
Yes, it is. And then I believe November 23rd, I'm going to be doing a live watch along for AEW Full Gear. And then the weekend after that is your birthday on the 29th.
So
and then
honestly,
on the 30th,
Don,
WWE Survivor Series watch along.
you and I need to celebrate our birthdays together. You and I need to celebrate our birthdays together and just do a thing for both of our birthdays. We have them in the same month. We might as well.
To be honest with you, Ben, that might be the case on the 29th before
Let's do it.
Survivor Series because I am not going to be able to see anybody until then.
It's Survivor Series and our birthday celebration that weekend, bro. That's our birthday bash is fucking Survivor Series, cunt.
I can't wait for that live watch along. It's going to be a good
Let's go.
time. Which I do want to ask you too. Are you going to be doing the WWE Crown Jewel watch along?
You're fucking
Something
right,
out
and Dan's
there.
already down too. Me and Dan are both
All
going
right,
to do it.
So Ben and his buddy Dan, they'll be doing the live watch along for that. So that's good. So now
Yep, so
let's-
you'll have a filler.
Woo! We have been all over the place here, so now let's get back on track. with the power of the poll. And every week, we recommend all the Maniacs to go to our YouTube community tab. Every Thursday, we put out a new Getting Put Over. And, of course, last week, we did a whole Vince McMahon documentary review, so we didn't do a power of the poll. But a couple weeks ago, we asked you guys, who is the biggest wrestling daredevil besides Mick Foley? Because Mick Foley's in a whole other category on his own. So the 4 options that the Maniacs got to choose from is Darby Allin, Sabu, Jeff Hardy, or Shane McMahon.
Oh, fuck.
Who do you
That
think
is a
won this,
list.
Ben? Who do you think won this, Ben, before we share?
You said Jeff Hardy, Shane McMahon, Darby Allin, and who?
Sabu.
And Sabu? Oh, fuck. That's actually one I didn't even see, so I didn't even get to vote on that. So I'll actually give you my vote after. Honestly, fuck. That's actually a good question. Oh, fucking fuck. Ah, fuck. Oh, that's so much pressure, Donnie. Was it... Did they go with Darby Allin?
Well, the only way we can find out is hitting that beat. So, Ben, hit that beat.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you hit that beat now that you can?
All right, let's see if I got the right one. Here we go.
Let's go. Oh, no, it was B. It was B. That's yours. Yeah. Yeah.
And the winner was Jeff
Really?
Hardy. So, with the results here, we have Darby Allin, 24%, Sabu, 14%, Jeff Hardy, 55%, and Shane McMahon, 7%. How do you feel about the results?
I am kind of fucking shook. I am not gonna lie. Like, Jeff, dude, has done so many crazy shit. Has so much crazy shit over his career. But I think if we're going in terms of brutality, dude, I'm kind of shocked it wasn't Darby Allin. Like, I'm kind of shocked. Darby Allin has done more gruesome things, I would say, than Jeff Hardy has. Like, but Jeff has done very extreme things. But Darby has done, like, you know, he might not make it kind of things, you know, live. Like, the dude literally performed after getting hit by a bus, bro. Like, 2 days after getting hit by a bus and performed. So, I'm not gonna lie. I could see a lot of the casuals fucking picking Jeff Hardy. But if you were really there,
I think it's I think it's favoritism here.
I think it's favoritism too, because it should have been Sabu or fucking Darby Allin. It should have been those two. And honestly, I'm gonna go with Sabu. I'm gonna go with Sabu.
Honestly, with Sabu only getting 14%, that kind of shocks me a little.
It kind of shows that our fucking fan base is a lot younger than we thought. It's a lot younger than we thought.
I have learned that a long time ago, Ben.
Holy shit.
We don't have a lot
that
of
should be
ECW
Sabu.
maniacs here.
That's what I'm saying, dude. If you saw Sabu and ECW, bro, back in the Paul Heyman era, yeah, dude, you would change your answer real fucking quick. So, and I would have accepted Darby Allin too. So it's like, it does kind of shock me that Jeff Hardy was the one that was chosen. So, if I were to choose though, I would have to go with Sabu, just because he's an OG, man. He's an OG, and that dude basically invented Extreme. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with Sabu.
Yeah, he kind of started this whole Daredevil thing, really.
Yeah, and barely even
Mick
flinched.
Foley technically did, but Sabu really took it to another level.
Mick Foley sold the pain and the agony of it, though. Sabu, you would barely even get a wince. Like, that dude would just do crazy shit and then just not even
jump
sell
in the barbed wire, get right back up.
And he would be so, like, he would look like he was so focused on it. Like, it was like a fucking
genocidal.
Bro, yes, that's
Sabu.
exactly why he was known for those things, dude. Whenever he was in the fucking workshop, he was like a fucking engineer working on the next experiment. The dude was literally passionate for it. So I have to go with Sabu, personally.
So when I look at these results here, I will say, like, Shane McMahon, like, it makes sense, but I feel like he should have gotten a little bit more because he has done some crazy shit, but compared to these three, I get why he would be last place, so I'm not going to argue that.
Shane, man, that honestly hurts my soul a little bit because that dude deserves so many more flowers. So much more flowers, dude. Like, that dude needs, like, a part 2 on getting put over one of these days.
Oh, definitely. One of my more favorite.
Maybe once he steps into AEW for a little bit, then we'll do a part 2 for Shane McMahon.
Hey, we'll just have to wait and see. But
Yeah.
I will say this, like, Jeff Hardy, like, I can understand him winning this. And honestly, like, between him, Sabu, and Darby Allin, I can't argue with that because they've all been so crazy in their own respective ways. But I think I would have given it to Darby Allin just because of like some of like the severity of the stunts that he's actually doing. I think
And like
it's
I
on
said,
a whole nother level of Jeff.
I would have accepted
think
Darby.
about the match with Sting, Darby and Sting at Revolution.
Bro,
this past year
I don't even
versus
want to
Young
talk
Bucks.
about that spot because holy fuck, dude. Like, even watching it back is hard. It is hard, bro, to watch that shit back. So oh my God. I thought that boy died. I'm not even gonna lie. I thought that boy died when he went through that glass, bro.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. But honestly, Jeff Hardy winning this, I can't be mad at the Maniacs. I thought that this was a really good discussion because this honestly, like, really could have gone any way. Definitely one of the more better getting put overs, in my opinion.
I will say 100% not getting put over by Power of the Pole, but I will say 100%, dude, that was probably, even for me, the hardest to, like, really come down with a solid answer because that was a really good one, Don. You were on a heater for that one. You gotta find more like that. That is really fucking solid. That sparked a good conversation.
That is right. So, if you want to be a part of the getting, or the power of the poll, all you got to do is go to the We Are Wrestling community tab over on the YouTube page and vote now for next week's power of the poll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that being said, let's get into the We Are Wrestling highlight of the week. What's got to be your highlight of the week in the wrestling world, Ben?
The return of Jimmy Uso at the end of the Roman Reigns match, and also in conjunction, The Rock coming back.
Yeah, that was.
Those are both my
really
highlights.
Good. Yeah, that was really good, which obviously we will be talking about Final Boss in our main event topic.
Yeah.
With some crazy rumors going on there. And then Jimmy Uso, we're going to be talking about in the recaps in just a moment.
Oh
But
my
for
God.
me, if I had to pick a highlight of the week, ooh, this one's a tough one. Because, like, with AEW, like,
Nope.
Okay, I won't pick an AEW.
I'm kidding. It's your
Gosh.
highlight of the week. Go ahead.
So, if I do have to pick, like, a highlight of the week, I think I'm going to have to go with the Kevin Owens thing with Cody
Really?
Rhodes at Bad Blood. I
Really?
really enjoyed that, and I'll give you guys more of a reason behind that when we get into that during the recap. Which, whoo! The last month, we have only had maybe, like, 2 or 3 recaps, but this week, my God, more recaps
There's a lot to
than
uncover.
news. So, with that being said, let's get into the
excuse me.
We Are Wrestling weekly recap for the We Are Wrestling podcast episode 129.
Yeet.
So, starting things off with, and there's a lot of this stuff for the recaps, is WWE Bad Blood, because we saw lots of returns. We saw lots of, oh my God, moments. So, there's a lot to definitely talk about. At WWE Bad
Phenomenal.
Blood, Triple H revealed some new championships for the WWE Crown Jewel PLE. Basically, every year, the WWE Champion will face off against the World Champion to crown the Crown Jewel Champion. What's your thoughts on this new concept?
It's fucking stupid because, like, what if that same champion isn't champion by the next Crown Jewel? What the fuck happens there? And we're never going to see it. It's going to be like the world's greatest Royal Fumble fucking title. So, like, why the fuck is it a thing?
Fumble.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, why the fuck am I? Why should I fucking care? Like, they're literally doing this like on behalf of the fucking. I don't understand, dude. And honestly, I fucking hate it. It's a beautiful title, but it's literally even more beautiful, arguably, than the World Heavyweight title and the WWE title. But we're never gonna fucking see it. But we're never gonna fucking see it. So why the fuck is this happening? Why couldn't you finally just announce a women's fucking mid-card title like we've been wanting and waiting for, and they deserve? So what the fuck is up with that?
Now,
That's
Ben.
more monumental and historic.
Ben. They actually do have a women's mid-card title. It's the women's speed title.
Shut
Candice
the fuck up.
LeRae just won
Shut
the
the
title.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Don. Shut the fuck up. It's a speed title. That is literally the 24/7 championship, but purple or blue or whatever the fuck it is.
White. The women's one.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Oh,
But
God.
I think you're going to be shocked with my opinion on the Crown Jewel Championship. At first, yeah, I went on a rant about it, and I was kind of happy I wasn't there live listening to it because you guys were already 30 seconds ahead of me. So I am kind of glad I wasn't there, like, watching it live with you guys. But after watching it, like, later on social media, I at first wasn't happy about this. I thought it was stupid, just like that whole 50-man Royal Rumble thing they did years ago.
I have to give that to Dan, by the way. He did come up with the term, the world's greatest Royal Fumble. I have to give him those flowers, but continue.
But I will say this. I think that this is different, and I actually kind of like this. It's something new. It's something different. And back in the day with Survivor Series, we would always get the WWE Champion versus the World Champion at the ones before the War Games. So now that we're not getting that, I think having it at Crown Jewel isn't a bad thing. Yes, the title, it's stupid, doesn't really make much sense. But I don't think it's oh, you win the championship and then you defend it next year at Crown Jewel. I think you just get the championship. It's kind of like a trophy in a way.
Bro, honestly, I'm not mad at that. The way you just put that, I'm not mad.
Because Survivor Series back in the day, it was you would have your title versus titles. Even at one point when Black and Gold NXT was a thing, we had the triple threat matches with all the world champions going at it. So now that now Survivor Series is for War Games, I think that having this at Crown Jewel is not a bad thing because, when I look at these international PLEs, I like when they do stuff different. I think having the King and Queen of the Ring tournament over there was a lot better. Bash at Berlin, yes, you did have some rivalry matches, but you also had some fun matches in there, like Kevin Owens versus Cody, two faces. So I kind of like when they do that with the international crowd because they enjoy that shit.
Yeah, I agree. And, honestly, since you put it into that perspective, I'll give that to you.
Yeah, I cannot believe I'm actually saying a good thing about WWE Crown Jewel. But here
I think that's another reason why I'm giving it to you. I think that's another reason why I'm giving it to you.
Because let me tell you, at first, when I saw this announcement, when I was in the garage,
fuming.
I was smoking with John, and he shows me this on his phone. And he's like, dude, look at this. We're getting a Crown Jewel title. And I was like, there's no fucking way.
Bro, I could hear his voice saying that.
I was so mad. I
could hear that man's voice yelling that to you, bro. I can hear it in my head. John's loud ass.
So honestly, I took some time, and I do think that it's actually
he took some reflective period time
because it's similar to the Owen Hart Cup because they also do that in AEW with the men and the women's tournament. They have a championship that they hold when they win. So I actually kind of like this. Same thing.
Okay.
Moving on now to our next recap for this week. Lots of bad blood shit. My God. Kevin Owens has turned heel in a very unique way. After WWE Bad Blood ended, there were multiple fan videos outside of the arena seeing Kevin Owens attacking Cody Rhodes with no WWE cameras rolling, relying on the fans to get the footage. What's your thoughts on this heel turn? Because this is something that we haven't seen before.
It's creative. We're going back old school where it's nobody's going to see it unless you bring it out. It's literally allowing the fans to be a part of the experience. And when they got the good view from a certain camera, they used it. So it's smart on WWE's end. It's making a more interactive experience. You're getting a lot more than you bargained for it and you paid for by being a part of the experience that you had no idea you were going to be a part of because they know that the fans wait there for certain superstars to pass by for autographs and stuff. So they utilize that and turn that into a marketing tool. That's fucking money, bro. So honestly, probably one of the greatest ways to do a heel turn because now it's nobody ever expects to be caught out in public doing the wrong thing. And they don't really put into mind the spectators with the benefits of flash photography now. So, it's so smart. It makes it almost more cinematic and also just gave us our next feud, which is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens now. We're going to get a long-standing feud between them now. So I'm really excited for the opportunity that Kevin Owens is going to be getting. Unfortunately, what I feel like is going to be on his way out. But it's really cool because this is going to be bringing back Kevin Owens again. And because of this, audibles are a thing. So at any given moment, something can change. So this is kind of... When's the last time we really saw a heel Kevin Owens? Years ago. Stone Cold.
I miss
22.
Heel Kevin Owens. I've always enjoyed him as a heel a lot more than a baby.
And he's taken so much more seriously too. And he's granted he's just one of those people that are naturally a better heel. He's a phenomenal babyface, but a better heel.
Agree. Totally agree. But let me tell you this. This was my highlight of the week because this is something we haven't seen before in professional wrestling / sports entertainment. And WWE doing this, fucking brilliant, because
Money.
them not posting the fan video clips when people want to see what happened, you have to go all over social media. You have to go all over the
That
web.
boosts the
And that
algorithm.
is only going to boost the algorithm. More people are going to be talking about it. And honestly, we haven't had a genuine heel turn like this in a long time. Our typical heel turns happen after a babyface loses the match and they're sick of losing, or they get attacked backstage or something on camera. So the fact that Triple H knows the power of social media here with this smartphone and capitalizing on it, fucking brilliant. And I think that this is going to generate so much heat with Kevin Owens. And the only way, like, you're able to see this is if you go and watch fan footage of it, which I'm always all for, because WWE, then, they can't copyright us over on the pages when we're sharing the videos. So I am all for this, and I think that this is a great way to get people talking.
I 100,000% agree, bro.
And I really hope that
smart.
I really hope that more heels moving forward, we do stuff like this. Because when wrestlers do leave the arenas, fans, they have their phones with flashlights on and they're paparazzi. So giving them that fan experience, man, loved it. Loved every second of it. Perfect. I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Yep. I 1,000% agree. I 1,000% agree. Like I said, it was one of the more creative things we've seen in a long time. So I'm 1,000% on board with it. And to see like Kevin Owens being caught in the act, so to speak, is going to make him flip on the WWE universe. So that's going to be dope.
And I can't wait to see what Randy Orton has to do with this too, because Randy, I feel like eventually
He's going to turn on Cody.
That heel run on Cody, but I hope they just slowly pan it out, because I think Randy and Kevin Owens feud could be something good too.
I agree.
After the Cody one. But moving on now to our next Bad Blood recap. At WWE Bad Blood, we saw the return of Goldberg, who was called out by Gunter. During the post-show conference, somebody asked Triple H if we'll see Goldberg wrestle one more time in the WWE, and Triple H said, never say never. So, what's your thoughts on Goldberg having potentially one final match with Gunter?
I hope Gunther beats his fucking ass, bro, just so I could see this dude embarrassed as fuck on live TV one last time before he hangs it up in WWE. I'm so fucking sick of Goldberg. I'm so sick of it. And this is just going to be a window just to get his son into professional wrestling, because notice his son was there with him. They were going to automatically be forced down his throat. No, fuck that, dude. Fuck that. I hate it. I fucking hate it. Yeah. I mean, it's good because Gunther versus Goldberg, you could make money with that. Let's be real. We're in the land of, we're going to be putting on these big matches. Gunther's going to be carrying the whole fucking thing, and it's going to make him look like even more of a star. So I get it. But at the same time, I don't want it, because I'm just like, dude, I'm so fucking bored with Goldberg. He's been the same fucking dude for the last 30 years, basically. It's time to fucking move on, bro. It's time to move on. And if this is his final retirement match, dude, then good. Give it your all. Make me entertained. Leave on a high note. And sayonara. Because, dude, holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
I'm not going to lie. I've given Goldberg a lot of shit throughout the We Are Wrestling podcast the last couple of years. And honestly, like, the presentation under Triple H for Goldberg, I'm more intrigued than I ever was with Vince McMahon. And it's unfortunate that, like, Goldberg right now is towards the end of his career, because I think having Triple H booking WWE years prior, when Goldberg did come back in like 2017, 2016, I think it could have really benefited him, and he could have had a really good final run to end his career off the right way. But I will say, like, him being away from WWE for a couple years, honestly, I can't be mad at this, but I don't want to see Goldberg versus Gunther for the championship, because I don't like when somebody just comes back and they right away get a title shot without it making logical sense. And I'm sure I'm going to be getting into that a little bit in our main event topic with somebody in particular. But when it comes to Goldberg versus Gunter, I feel like that this is a great way to put Gunter over as the next top guy. So I think having like somebody Goldberg with his resume, and I think Goldberg in this point of his career, him putting over Gunther, I think, will benefit WWE as a whole, especially Gunther as the world champion. So honestly, I really enjoyed this.
Cool. You know, I hope.
And
I'm
I
wrong.
always say, I always say this, like when it comes to professional wrestlers, I want them to end their careers on their own terms.
And on a
And
high note, if they
Goldberg-
can.
And that's the thing about Goldberg, though. Like the last match that he had, who was it against?
McIntyre.
Exactly. You don't even know,
McIntyre?
and I don't even know.
McIntyre.
So that's why I'm saying like Gunther versus Goldberg would be the perfect retirement match for him.
McIntyre back in like 2022, 2020 or 2021. One of the two.
I have no idea. But my point being is, I think Goldberg versus Gunther, that's the best way to go out. And one thing Triple H has been doing a fantastic job with is putting legends over, which I know we will be getting into during the news. But I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. Hopefully
before we
Gunther
move-
chops Goldberg into retirement.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking sick.
Moving on now to our next Bad Blood recap for this week's episode of the podcast. At WWE Bad Blood, Jimmy Uso made his WWE return, helping Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes from the Bloodline. What's your thoughts on his return?
Dude, that pop was fucking massive, dog. That fucking probably the biggest pop I think Jimmy Uso has ever gotten in his entire fucking life, bro. It is breathing fresh air into his career again, dude. Like, who knew that only a few months off, a good fucking betrayal, good storytelling would revitalize his fucking career. Like, this dude is going to be on a hot killer streak. His first pop with Roman back is going to be insane, which is also going to mark the return of Paul Heyman. Like, we're literally seconds from Heyman now. So we got Jimmy back. That's piece one. So you know the fucking train is officially moving. Roman's back. Jimmy's back. Soon we're going to have Paul, which also means once Paul comes back, we could see the return of Jay, because Paul and Jimmy will go to Raw and talk to Jay. You know they will. And you know who else they're probably going to talk to? Sami Zayn. So
Yeah.
I literally 100% think we're getting the OG fucking Bloodline versus the new whatever the fuck, and we're going to be getting it, dude. The War Games is going to be fucking stacked. It's going to happen a lot sooner than you think, man. A lot sooner. Shit is falling into place now.
I always say timing is everything, and Jimmy Uso taking this long hiatus from WWE
It
television
was like 3 months?
has really benefited him a lot, and that's why he got that massive pop during
Fuck.
Bad Blood. And I think now is the perfect time, because how long can we get Roman versus freaking Fatu, Tamatanga, Cabacho, and Solo Sikoa?
That match fucking banged.
You can't have 4-on-2. So the fact that they got Jimmy involved now, I think that this is perfect timing. And Jimmy looks incredible too. So I really hope that this does continue. And I love, like, with the whole Bloodline storyline, it's little planted seeds throughout. Like, they don't rush anything. And that's what I really like about the story,
Bro.
because that's why we're invested in it. Because we go in our predictions. We say, oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. And then something else freaking happens.
Fuck the predictions, bro. The little details in the storytelling. Like when Roman made his first return back to SmackDown for a segment, he stayed at the fucking stairs and he looked to his side and Paul was not there. And they also showed the other fucking footage where he was looking to his side when Paul was there, handing him the belt and at the same stairs, but he was there alone. So just showing all that is beautiful details. It's like the fine woven fucking carvings in the whole ship, dude. Like, that is Roman Reigns, dude, is on a whole... I don't even consider him a superstar anymore. The dude is a fucking entity. Like, the dude is his own fucking universe that just happens to reside in the sub-story of WWE. Like, it is incredible. Just a few months off screen, the ending of a title reign was going to do so much. And, dude, yeah, it's going to... I'm excited.
Right now, he's got that friggin' 1998 Stone Cold aura to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people are saying right now.
Yep.
Like, Roman Reigns now is in that category.
He's in his prime right now.
He really is. And Jimmy Uso return, absolutely awesome. can't wait to see him and Jay talk because we haven't got to see that yet since WrestleMania 40. So,
Bro, I
we are
think
gonna
this
have
is
to
my
wait and
first
see.
time ever saying this, but after Saturday, I can 100% understand if somebody puts Roman Reigns in their fucking Mount Rushmore. I can 100% understand it now. Like, after seeing that babyface pop by just himself alone coming out, solidified that for me. Like, he finally reached, like, the fucking peak of what he was trying to fucking grasp from the beginning. He's finally there. And it's just, to see that finally pay off and to be alive to witness it is just one of the greatest feelings on the planet. So, dude, I gotta say, man, like, I haven't gotten this chilly from fucking wrestling in a long time, dude. We are in a boom period.
What a time to be a pro wrestling fan. Moving on now to our last WWE Bad Blood recap. At WWE Bad Blood, we saw the return of Raquel Rodriguez, helping Liv Morgan retain her title against Rhea. But the spot was totally botched. According to Fightful, the actual finish was supposed to see Raquel take out Rhea and then put Liv on top for the pin. But Raquel came out a little too early, which caused the ref to clearly see her. The referee was forced to call for disqualification because it was too obvious. But Raquel wasn't aware of that, so she threw Liv on top for the pin. What's your thoughts on Raquel's return and now being paired up with Liv, pretty much having this Diesel role to Shawn Michaels?
It would have been so much better if it wasn't so fucking botched. Like, it would have been, I was so hyped at first, and then, like, once I hit the DQ, I understood. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. But the moment the ref couldn't say anything, like, he couldn't go up to Raquel and be like, yo, we're scrapping the pin. Just fucking beat her ass, get her up, and that's it. He couldn't even call it.
Was aiding Dom being, like, upside down, and Raquel was already in the ring, so they couldn't really communicate.
That, and I'm like, yeah, you can't really, like, communicate, because also he had a fucking ref cam on too, so it would have clearly showed it. So, fuck, dude. I mean, it's cool seeing, like, you know, a Diesel roll to Shawn Michaels. Like, I honestly 100% can back that. So, it's cool to think, but let's get some time out to, you know, dust that little botch under the ring before I can really stand behind that, because, dude, that puts, I know it wasn't her fault now, and, like, now knowing, like, the fucking details, but I can't unsee it. So, like, right now, you know, work on your ring stuff, your presence, do your job, and we'll get there. But because of that botch, it's just funny to me right now.
You know what they say, Ben, first impressions are everything.
Exactly, and I know that wasn't her fault, but still.
It's so unfortunate because Raquel, like, she's somebody that I've always thought, like, she has it, and I always felt like there was something missing, and I feel like through
a good heel turn. It was time.
Her being with Liv is really going to benefit her, because I think she's going to get sick of Liv eventually, because Liv's going to get too comfortable. You could probably have Raquel win a Royal Rumble and pull, like, a Batista, or eventually you can have her go against Liv for the title and be the one to take the belt off of her and make her into an established star. But honestly, I think, like, through time, we just have to just let it play out, and hopefully we forget that botch, because that really didn't help. But I actually really do like the presentation and the look. Like, she's going with the all black, like, all the leather stuff, like Diesel. I like it.
I like
that's how Mercedes Moné and what's her name, Camilla. That's how Camilla should be for Mercedes.
Who?
Oh, nobody. Nothing.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. A fucking nobody.
Well, I'm comparing Camilla to Raquel, and I feel like the way that they're doing it with Raquel.
You just said Voldemort's name. I just had to let you know you said Voldemort's name, so I just, just had to say who. But anyways, no, I think it is really, really cool. If we can sweep the botch under rather quickly, that would 100% help the case. But dude, man, I'm really excited because they need that kind of star power. We need a new force in WWE on the women's side. Raquel could be that chick. I hope to fucking, and like for her own sake, I really hope her health issues are clean, because dude, I've been wanting to see her succeed for a long fucking time, dude. And if she can get that under wraps, I have no issue accepting like where we're at with her, because honestly, I'm excited.
Me too. I really hope that she does, but she looked great. So hopefully she continues to stay healthy, and I really hope that she does get this big payoff because I think that they're really setting her up to be like a main event player now. And I think she
Dude,
really has the tools in the bag.
She's got it. Like you said, I really do believe, alongside with you, dude, that she's got it.
And there's just something missing, but I think having lived there, we're going to find that. And she's going to be able to really take off.
Do you think that Liv could possibly have the help of another female superstar and maybe take those women tag team titles? Because Raquel could probably hold her own against Bianca and fucking Jade. So, I mean, she's another big chick. So
they could add somebody. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Like, I think if they have a women's mid-card title, I could definitely see Raquel holding that.
Oh, my fucking God. Just give it to her. Christ.
That's what I'm saying. And then eventually you could have, like, Zelina get a big win or something. And
Big
establish
facts.
her. Man, they need a mid-card title. We've been saying it for the longest time here on the pod. But moving on now to our last recap for this week. This past Tuesday on AEW Dynamite, Daniel Garcia cut a promo announcing that he re-signed with AEW. What's your thoughts on this? We finally can lay this to rest, Ben. Finally.
I mean, so I'm going to give you like my honest take, okay? Like I'm going to give you my honest take. I watched the promo. I thought the promo was good. I thought, it was really good. I like that he is sticking around. I like that, he's sticking around for one purpose. Keeping a homegrown AEW talent right now is fucking huge. That is a huge thing for AEW because they have been losing their homegrowns to either the other fucking big company, to TNA. They're going back to New Japan. They're not resigning. So that's starting to feel a little probably personal to TK, and that probably fucking hurts, like high key, like all jokes aside. That probably like low key hurts. So for someone who I thought was going to jump ship because I know he's a Cody Rhodes guy, I am kind of surprised that he's not, but honestly, this is a big dub for AEW. It's a very big dub. He is one of their day ones. He's a workhorse. Do I think that there's anything fucking special about him? No. Other than his fancy fucking dance? No. But I do think that the dude has talent. I do think he has the heart and soul for the sport. I do think that he is going to strive where he's at. And honestly, WWE does not need him right now. They're also going to be just getting in Ricky Starks very soon. So I honestly think that he made the right call. And I think, again, that it's a big dub for Tony and AEW.
Timing is everything. And with Daniel Garcia, I think regardless if he did go to WWE or AEW, he was in a really good position, regardless at his free agency. And I think it does make more sense for him to stay at AEW because they need that star power. And Daniel Garcia, I feel like, really does have unfinished business. He got signed and he did everything. He was an extra for the longest time, like pretty much getting squashed by Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson every week to really starting to come out on his own. And I felt like every time like he was this close, something happened. So the fact that he re-signed and like now I feel like they see the brighter
They're giving him
picture
bucks.
here. He's going to win a Trigon Championship by the end of the year. And I think that he is definitely going to be one of the top guys in the promotion that they could build the future around.
You don't make a promo that good if you don't have belief in it. And I firmly believe that he believes he made the right choice. And if you thought that out and really thought everything through, and you're up to bat for this company that gave you that shine, and clearly Tony Khan acknowledges that. And he sees that, especially when AEW is, unfortunately, we'll read the elephant in the room, is at a low point right now. To have, a hold of one of your AEW homegrowns that you can rely on, that will continue to further the story and push your narrative, that is so humbling for a company because you're able to keep them around, even knowing that, the other company right now is buzzing. They're hot right now. They're doing everything they can to, keep AEW where they're at. If you can keep an AEW homegrown to help boost your shit and to keep the fort held down, it's a big dub.
I 1000% agree with you on that. And Daniel Garcia, he's somebody that is very underrated, very talented,
Bright future.
And very, very bright future. And I think what really helped him probably made this decision was MJF putting him over.
Fucking Christ.
After MJF beat him at All Out, Daniel Garcia basically took MJF off of TV. And I think that right there proved to Daniel Garcia that, okay, Tony Khan believes in me. Okay, they're starting to believe in me. And even Tony Khan, during one of his media calls this week before WrestleDream, even said, like, Daniel Garcia was a huge priority in bringing back because he's somebody that's very positive backstage. People like him, and you need that in your locker room. So the fact that, like, Daniel Garcia here is being an absolute professional, especially at a very young age where he definitely could have gotten paid a lot of money in WWE and definitely could have been successful over there. I do like the loyalty. I like seeing that. Because it reminds me of, like, the AJ Styleses and the Christopher Daniels and the Samoa Joes and the Abysses back in TNA.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's hard to find.
That is very hard to find.
Up next, we have our We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. We'll be right back with more We Are Wrestling Podcast, episode 129.
Hey everybody, Eric Bischoff here, and you are listening to We Are Wrestling Podcast.
Saturday, November 16th at the South End Community Center in Springfield, Mass. We Are Wrestling is returning to the Wrestling Classic 5.
Zombie Hideout and Captain's Corner is putting together a lineup full of wrestling legends and Hall of Famers you have the opportunity to meet.
Some of the big names you can meet includes good old Jim Ross, JBL, Shelton Benjamin, Donovan Dijak, Deborah, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and many more stars to be announced.
We Are Wrestling will be selling exclusive merchandise you can only find at the Classic, and for the very first time, we'll be recording a special bonus episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast.
We highly encourage the We Are Wrestling Maniacs to come to our booth and hang out with us. You can interact and meet the best one, Donnie, Ben, and Ricky Knows Best.
This will be the best wrestling classic yet, and it will all be happening on Saturday, November 16th at the South End Community Center in Springfield, Mass.
Get your tickets now at www.zombie-hideout.com. We're back, and on Saturday, November 16th, We Are Wrestling. We're going to be at the Wrestling Classic 5. Yeah. It is looking to be a very stacked wrestling convention. We're going to be having our own table, and for the first time ever, because we always like to do new things, we are going to be bringing in ECW legend, former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Nuncio, to the We Are Wrestling table. So if you are in the Springfield, Mass area and you want to meet Little Guido, he will be hanging out with us, and we will be having exclusive merchandise, and I'll even be selling some wrestling figures and stuff too. So we hope to see you guys at the Wrestling Classic 5 and Blitzkrieg Pro later on that night, which is only like 15 minutes from the venue.
Hell yeah. Wait, where are they at?
They're going to be at the Pierogi Hall. So we have the Classic at the South End Community Center, and then they're going to be at the Pierogi Hall.
Just hop on the highway, get right to Enfield. Got you.
Which I believe at the Wrestling Classic, Jeremy's going to have Dijak there during the day, too, for the Classic.
Oh, so fucking stacked.
And then that night, Dijak's going for the Blitzkrieg title. So honestly, like, if you're going to make the trip out to the Wrestling Classic, like, you're stupid if you don't go to friggin' Blitzkrieg that night.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be a fun time, which so far, Ben, I didn't even tell you this. I should have told you this before we got on here. We got so far, I think, 6 people locked in coming with us to the Blitzkrieg show. I'm trying. I want to fill our front row.
Yo, who we got?
Let me tell you right now. Let me pull up the phone here real quick because I always put the notes. So these are not 100% confirmed, though. So like I always say with the rumors, take it with a pinch of salt. So as of right now, we have me, you, Dan. We got Jose and John. And I think Ricky's locked in, too. But he just has to make sure.
Yeah, now we got to get Cammy, who's probably going to be fucking selling shit there.
Yep, so let's hope. I want to try to get everybody. I want to get the whole team here.
Hell yeah.
Get everybody.
That'd be dope.
A fun time. It'll be dope. What's up?
Dope as fuck.
All right, so now, one thing I do want to talk about before we do get into the We Are Wrestling Weekly news and rumors is one of our clips went absolutely viral over on our Facebook page, which now We Are Wrestling, thanks to Maria Kanellis, we reached 1.2 thousand followers over on our Facebook page. We finally did it, and right now the Maria news, that clip of her pretty much talking about like becoming a free agent once her AEW contract expires, is sitting at 142,000 views as we're recording the podcast.
Hell fucking yeah.
Absolutely nuts. So, with that being said now, let's get into the We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. Starting things off. Oh man, this one I'm very excited to talk to you about because when I saw this, like, I'm just so happy with like the changes in the WWE locker room and like the atmosphere.
Yeah.
DDP has signed a WWE Legends deal. After Bad Blood, he said this over on his social media. And I quote, "Last night, hashtag WWE Bad Blood was one of the first pay-per-views I really enjoyed from the beginning to end. Got to the building early to spend some quality time with Cody Rhodes, but he was so busy, it's something we'll have to do at a later date. WWE actually had all of the legends pretty busy as well. I want to thank Paul, aka Triple H, for a hell of a time. With him at the helm of creative along with the new owners of TKO, I personally had one of my favorite times at a WWE event. Knowing my Hall of Fame career was made in WCW regardless of how many close friends I had there at WWE, I never felt totally welcomed. Last night was different. When I got home tonight, I signed my Legends deal and sent it in. It was a very laid back and fun to be around. Just hanging out and having some laughs. The entire WWE crew did a hell of a job. The Legends weren't just seen as guys and girls who used to be wrestlers. Last night, we were just seen as true legends. Superstars from the past that paved the way. Treated with the ultimate respect and kindness from everybody, which I believe is all we're really looking for. We love what we did and we're extremely proud of it. Many of us are beaten and broken, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, WWE, for changing the atmosphere, and I would also like to thank the WWE superstars for their time and kindness." What's your thoughts on DDP's kind words?
No surprise. We're in the Paul Levesque era. No surprise, man. You could take time off of a single click of a button on your WWE employee app. That says it all. You don't miss a funeral, you don't miss a birthday, and you don't miss a wedding, and you don't miss a birth.
And that's the thing. Like, I am so happy, like, with this new change in WWE.
God,
and
borderline
I think
emotional.
I think a lot of it has to do with Triple H. Like, he knows the locker room morale is very important. And I know I keep saying this time after time, but like, even if Triple H has a couple bad booking decisions, a lot of that stuff gets swept under the rug because all everybody could talk about is the positives, because for so long, Vince McMahon made it into like a whole political thing where like people were trying to compete for the spot. It was basically military, which we kind of got. We talked about the whole Vince McMahon documentary last week on the
Go watch that shit if you want to fucking know.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Yeah, no, dude, I really have to give it.
I'm so happy, dude. I am so happy.
I have to give my hats off again to, to Triple H because, dude, mental health is so important. So again, if you are granted access to home, to help out there, to be a part of those events that are so near and dear to you, be that you're not feeling like you're giving your life to this. You're giving your life to it, but you're allowed to live your life outside of it too. And it just, a lot of people thought Triple H was this big fucking dickhead, but y'all are seeing in real time that has never been the case. The dude is just passionate about the way the dude's passionate.
He was a dick in his earlier career with the Clip.
Who isn't?
But that's the thing. When you're in the business, you learn and you grow, and that's something Triple H has done throughout the years.
God. And look
just
at
like Randy Orton
happened.
too. I want to give a quick shout out to Randy Orton too.
Yeah.
Because there was a botch that happened in the main event of the NXT. I don't know if you saw that with the RKO. And Javon Evans felt so bad about it, and like you could hear him like apologizing to Randy and said, "No, man, don't worry. Like, we all make mistakes." And just there, like, we saw him in 2009 yelling at
Kofi Kingston fucking punching air right now.
You stupid.
Dude, Cody,
now,
Kofi's punching air.
Telling Javon Evans, like, man, it's okay. Like, we all make mistakes. Like, that is just so cool to see. Because
and then there's guys like Carmelo Hayes who are selling the fuck out of BFTs.
And here's the thing, though. In, like, Vince's era, like, Javon Evans, he would have gotten heat for messing that up. And the fact that, like, we're not, like, in that time anymore in WWE just feels so good. It feels
And it
surreal.
shows in the fucking product, bro. Like, everybody looks so happy to be there, no matter what their role is. Bronson Reed is finally starting to get his shine, bro. He's getting his chance. Like, dude, so happy for everybody that is involved in WWE. I'm so happy because,
Like,
dude,
look at this picture that Diamond Dallas Page posted.
that
Look
is
at
a
the smile,
legitimate,
dude.
authentic, genuine, just happiness. Like, you know, and even CM Punk, he just got out of his match, and he is happy as fuck to be there. Like, dude, who would have thought we would have seen all these legends with genuine smiles on their faces, and CM Punk after a brutal... That dude deserves his fucking flowers here, too. And honestly, dude, next week, if we haven't chose it, my vote's to put over CM Punk. But...
I agree. With
So,
you.
because I could talk about it forever about like the contrast to his
Well,
first
actually,
WWE
next
run,
week, Ricky and I
AEW
will
now.
be putting somebody over, so we'll save that for when you come back from Ohio.
Yes,
How about
yes, you're the best, Todd. See, this is why I love this. This is why I love what we do. This is why I
that?
love what
With
we
the
do.
most, baby. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but again, yeah, like who would have thought we would have ever seen that again? CM Punk after a brutal 5-star fucking classic Hell in a Cell match would be happy and thrilled as fuck, not even out of his gear yet, just hanging with legends and having a fucking laugh like he's been doing this full time and never left. Like, it's, dude, we're living in a mind-bending reality, and I'm so fucking here for it.
Thank you, Jack Perry, for that confrontation with CM Punk.
Yo, seriously,
It's
you know what?
definitely-
Honestly, put over
it's
Jack Perry
benefited
next
both
week.
of them.
Put over Jack Perry
Yeah,
next week.
next week, me and Ricky will put over Jack Perry, and then we're gonna put CM Punk over the week after. There we go. We did it. That's a score. That's a touchdown right there. Let's go.
We're
Let's
in
go.
sync tonight, bro. We're in sync. Let's go.
Yep. Because Jack Perry definitely deserves his flowers here. CM Punk is so happy right now. And also, it's crazy to see, too, like, after Monday Night Raw, CM Punk immediately went to, like, the NXT bus, and, like, he was in the bus mentoring a lot of them, and it's just so cool to, like, just see CM Punk generally happy. Who would have
He's
thought CM
working
Punk
the
and Triple H
talent.
could work together?
Like,
Who would have
dude,
thought?
he is working to enhance the talent when he really does not fucking have to. Like, he's getting done with brutal matches and then just going to fucking mentor. He's going to work, bro. Like, I'm so excited in 2 weeks to talk about, to fucking put over CM Punk. But honestly, it's cool that you're going to put over Jack Perry prior, because there is really good shit to talk about him in that session. It's not just a segue to CM Punk. So that's really exciting for you too.
Yeah, man. Like, overall,
One of the
it
most
didn't,
improved.
Like, overall, like, and this is the last time I'll probably address this with the whole CM Punk and the All-In incident that happened. It didn't benefit AEW as a company. Like, they have not been the same since it happened. But when it comes to Jack Perry and CM Punk, they have both benefited from it.
Both got
Like,
2
yeah,
new leases.
And I've admitted too, like, in the business sometimes, like, you have to be selfish to get to where you're at. And, like, with AEW, like, Jack Perry, he was in a really bad position at the time, and he kind of, CM Punk luckily took his aggression out on him, where a lot of his anger was towards Tony Khan for not being a boss.
100%.
Which I think like, now with Jack Perry, he's in the best position of his career, and he's just a whole new man since the whole incident. And
hot
CM
take.
Punk now, on the other hand, like in WWE, we've never seen him so happy.
Dude, this is honestly better than his first fucking WWE run. If you want to honestly go there, like, he is like legitimately there because he loves it. And honestly, to see that light in his eye for professional wrestling for WWE is like, it's like, and I'm gonna be real fucking crass on this, it's like losing your virginity and having the best time of your life. Like, it's everything you wanted it to be in the first place. And it really is, it really struck the nail with CM Punk, dude. Like, I can even say, hot take, I can even see a hatchet being buried between him and Jack Perry one day, because it really was not that serious, and they both benefited heavily from that fucking confrontation, because it put a whole new lease on both of their lives, bro. Jack Perry is doing some of the best shit he has ever done in his career. CM Punk is probably in the best shape he's ever been in his career, and he didn't get injured immediately again. He went through an entire, almost half-hour-long Hell in a Cell match with Drew McIntyre with a lot of unprotected fucking shots. And, dude, I honestly was, like, worried for the rest of the pay-per-view, because I didn't know how they were going to follow up with that, dude. I did not know
Very
how they were going to
true.
follow up with it, but they
Absolutely.
did, and that's why it was so great. But again, I needed to give my hat off to CM Punk real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
What a
And,
time.
like, I do think, like, years from now, CM Punk and Jack Perry will bury the hatchet because a lot of CM Punk's frustrations, it wasn't at Jack
Tony
Perry,
Khan.
and he even said it during the interview. It was Tony Khan when he was on Ariel Huane's podcast. But hopefully, like, next week, we're putting over Jack Perry. Week after, when Ben comes back, we're putting over CM Punk, and that probably will be our main event topic for the following week.
Because
CM
we
Punk,
could have,
there
we
is a
talk
lot to
about that a lot, dude. Like, that's gonna be a solid like half hour, bro. Because I could talk about a lot of the things that have made me happy since. So
Oh, absolutely. But it's great to see this change happening in WWE, and I hope that like we continue to keep putting these legends over because they can really benefit. They can help the business in a way.
yes, they can.
And I think what Triple H is doing is just fantastic.
Legends
And
are
it's
the
good for the
best,
nostalgia fans too.
dude.
Moving on
Legends
now.
are the best way to pave the business and further the talent we have now. Sorry, I didn't mean to like extend that. It is a very true fact.
That's right. Next time you do that, I'm going to lay the smackdown in your candy ass. Moving on now to our next moving on now to our next We Are Wrestling Weekly news and rumors. Speaking of burying the hatchets, MVP and Chris Jericho put the past behind them. According to Fightful, word spread backstage and among AEW talent that on MVP's first night in AEW, he went straight to Chris Jericho's locker room. While specifics of their conversation weren't disclosed, those within AEW said their past issues were resolved and won't be a problem going forward. MVP was praised by numerous people backstage for addressing the issue directly. MVP and Jericho have been seen interacting backstage since then, including last week's Dynamite. What's your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's the behavior of a true professional. You know, you're going to a company that is basically half run by that dude you had beef with for so long. You know, so to go and directly, the first thing you do is go and assess the situation and correct it. Be the bigger person about it. Right your wrongs. Take accountability. That's huge for anything. And I feel like if people had that mindset in any place, including WWE, it'd be a better place to work in a better environment because nobody wants to be stressed out to go to work. Nobody wants to wake up and be like, oh, fuck this place, So if somebody can come in and for the good of everybody else and the company, to bury a hatchet being the first thing you fucking do is beyond smart. I don't know what the situation is. It's been a long fucking time. I could care less, honestly, but that is just the work of a straight professional. That is the work of a straight professional that has a common goal with the rest of the company and one of the, if not the biggest star that they have on their roster. So to go and do that just solidified a very bright future for both working parties and relationships and the unity as a whole.
Exactly, and that's the thing, like, a lot of people, like, including myself, I'm not a fan of what Chris Jericho has been doing lately with the whole learning tree thing. But at the end of the day, AEW Dynamite wouldn't have gotten this massive TV deal or even a television deal to begin with without the first AEW World Champion, Chris Jericho. So for
He was their
MVP
fucking anchor
to pretty much make a great impression to the locker room, pretty much saying, like, I'm not here to cause problems. I'm here to work with you guys. And I have the same goal as you guys, and I want to make this the alternative to WWE. That right there is a true professional, and I'm glad that they were able to bury the hatchet because sometimes the business does get the best of people. We've seen it throughout the years with Brett and Sean. And like seeing MVP and Chris Jericho, they've had beef for
Pro
years.
wrestling is one of the most cutthroat industries you could ever be a part of. So there is a very big ego battle in every fucking situation, whether you're in the ring, whether you're behind the scenes, whether you're in part of corporate. It is a very, very cutthroat industry. So it's like hip hop. Feelings are going to get hurt. Your feelings don't mean shit here. It's what's
Ricky
best
right now
for
be
business.
going, ooh.
Yeah, I know he'd be tweaking right now. He'd be tweaking, and I could feel my skin tone getting darker just by looking at it. But I can 100% say that this is business, man. And they're both here to fucking succeed, and they do want to make this the alternative. So you do want to bury hatchets. You do want to do what's best for the company, and who knows?
And that's
you
the thing,
don't have to be friends.
About it in the last We Are Wrestling Weekly News and Rumors topic. We talked about it. Locker room morales right now, like, it's proving that if you can have a locker room that all have the same goal, it's going to show on your television product. And AEW does still have a lot of drama that they do need to cut out.
So
WWE, they were able to freaking cut it out, and look at what they're doing now.
So what I'm going to say about that is I think when it comes to AEW, their roster was getting so overstacked that there is legitimate beef on who's getting a spot, because when there's more people and even less spots, dude, people are going to get pissed. So the fact that he's allowing a lot of these fucking releases to happen, he's allowing some people to go and he's bringing in others, and it really does come up to chemistry and how these people are, personalities, workload-wise, their backgrounds. Those things matter. So I think it's just finding that niche and having the right people there. And I think that that's finally starting to slowly happen. And with MVP doing this act is just making morale better. So it's going to make you want to work. It's going to make you want to work with the storyline. It's going to make you want to see the whole thing through. So yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, AEW, I think one thing that could really help with the locker room morales is having a brand split, just like Raw and SmackDown. Because there's so many people on their roster.
Thank fucking God it's actually happening now.
They could definitely benefit from having AEW Collision and Dynamite. Just completely
keep them
separate brands. And then more people maybe will be invested in watching Collision. You can get your ratings up there. But for the fact that MVP and Jericho were able to bury the hatchet, very happy about that.
Have a draft. Start a brand split, have a draft, and then keep those fucking people there except for pay-per-views. Then you can let your worlds collide.
Yeah, pay-per-views, you could have the worlds collide, exactly. Moving on now to our last We Are Wrestling weekly news and rumors. Speaking of harassment, which I hate covering this stuff, but we need to address it. It's the right thing to do. There was a male fan who was caught trying to take pictures of the feet of female NXT talent as they made their way through the hotel in St. Louis. The person was ejected not once, but twice from the location. What's your thoughts on this?
Some of y'all need to stop letting the fucking intrusive thoughts win, because one of these days, security ain't going to get there in time, and someone's going to get severely fucking hurt. Make no mistake, some of these women can body grown men, all right? Like, make no mistake, some of these women that are performing these fake stunts for television are actually trained in a martial art. So, dude, be fucking careful. Stop letting the intrusive thoughts win. Stop being a fucking creep. And just leave these people alone while they're at their hotels trying to fucking just let the load off after a long night of being social and being in a ring.
That's the thing, man. I can't stand when, like, these fans friggin' go and they friggin' bother the wrestlers at the airport and the hotels. Like,
those two things,
I can understand fans friggin' staying, like, you know, by the arena, like waiting for them to arrive the arena, but going to where they're staying and
or where they're landing,
friggin' photos of their fucking feet.
Dude, that's
just
disgusting.
Absolutely disgusting.
And two, have respect. They're fucking human beings too. Distance, bro. There is a time and place. If you are staying at the hotel and they just happen to be there and you're like, hey, you know, can I take a quick, like, you know, picture with you, or can I have an autograph? I feel like that's warranted because you're staying at the hotel. There's no way around that.
Fuck that.
I get that, but like if you're staying at the hotel and you don't even know that they're there and they just show up, I feel like that's warranted.
I think a picture's fine.
Like, that's warranted.
And if it's a kid, like, autograph, I think that's...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's warranted. If you don't have just a pile of shit ready, you know? Like, if you don't know they're there and just like, oh, shit, you know, that's fucking Rhea Ripley, or oh, shit, that's Drew McIntyre, you know? And, like, you didn't know they were going to be there and you don't have a pile of shit ready to sell on eBay, that's warranted. But do not be a fucking creep. Respect that they are a human being, too. Keep your distance because they could fuck you up. And four, is it really worth it? Is it really fucking worth it? Because a quick Google search, and I guarantee you can find thousands of pictures of feet.
I was just gonna say
porn's a thing, bro.
Or you could just look at your own feet.
That's just fucking weird. that's a little mistake, bro.
Hey, just a suggestion. That's all.
He's like, hey, as long as it's not fucking them, do what the fuck you got to do.
Exactly.
I guess.
Well, up next we have a juicy main event topic.
Let's get
We'll
it.
be right back with more We Are Wrestling Podcast episode 129.
What's up, everyone? This is Matthew Bruder, the king of bros. I just want to say, if you ain't listening to the We Are Wrestling podcast, bro, you're missing out. The king listens, and you need to too, bro.
Are you looking for wrestling content? Well, We Are Wrestling provides everything pro wrestling. The best one, Donnie, Gins, and the Load Rager Ben, are wrestling marks like you who love this sport. We Are Wrestling has it all when it comes to wrestling content. We have different podcasts, vlogs, reactions, full wrestling matches, live pay-per-view watch-alongs, interviews, predictions, and so much more. Only on We Are Wrestling. What are you waiting for? Subscribe and become a We Are Wrestling Maniac now. We're back. And this week, we are putting the Getting Put Over segment on hold until next week, which Ricky and we will be putting over Jack Perry. And then the week after, when Ben gets back from Ohio, we're going to be putting over the best in the world, CM Punk. So we decided that we're just going to let this week, we're going to take a break from it because we have a crazy main event topic.
Yes, we do.
Oh, man.
Juicy.
I feel like every time we're 6 months away from WrestleMania, something like this happens, and we got to talk about it. So, with that being said, let's get into the We Are Wrestling main event topic.
Wait. It's only 6 months away already?
6 months away. WrestleMania is in April.
Dude, what the fuck, dude? It doesn't even feel like it's been... Okay, let's get to it.
WrestleMania 41 is 6 months away, and there's rumors circulating that The Rock versus Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns is on the table, the main event this upcoming WrestleMania, according to WrestleVotes. However, this match isn't 100% confirmed or finalized. What's your thoughts on a possible triple threat match for the WWE Championship?
Dog, that is fucking money. Like, honestly, if that's, like, legitimately thing, that's gonna be one of the first, like, edge of your seat, high fucking, like, tension, like, triple threat matches for the title that we've gotten since WrestleMania 22, when it was Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle, and Randy Orton. Like, that feels that big, bro. Like, that is a match where I don't know who the fuck is gonna win. Because, like, that's going to be unpredictable as fuck because they could turn around and give it to The Rock. Like, we're in a land of disbelief again, bro. Wrestling is starting to become less and less predictable by the fucking day. So, and they're in Vegas, bro. They're in fucking Vegas in 2025.
You know they're trying to finesse your money in Vegas, baby.
Bro.
You know they're trying to finesse you.
Dude.
So, I wouldn't doubt anybody in this match.
I know that you don't really watch Marvel movies and shit like that, but dude, this feels almost as big as Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I cannot predict shit. I don't know what's going to be involved. I don't know who's going to be involved other than just those three. I don't know what the fuck to all the way now because they already planted these seeds earlier in the year. So it's just, man, we're in for some fucking shit, dude. So I think that this is going to be a really good deal if they do solidify this and make this like they greenlight that triple threat. I think it's going to be fucking money. What's your thoughts?
Man, so here's the thing. I'm very 50-50 with this. I'll talk about the good first, and then I'll talk about the bad. So when it comes to the good, I think that this year has a lot of potential to be money-making, generational WrestleMania.
Internet breaking.
We thought WrestleMania 40 was huge with the tag match, and then having that crazy ending to when Cody Rhodes finally finished the story. We thought that was crazy, but with going into WrestleMania 41, a triple threat match could be even crazier because when I look back at some of the main events, like you were talking about, WrestleMania 22, Rey Mysterio versus Kurt Angle versus Randy Orton. Great triple threat match. One that you forgot to mention, WrestleMania 20, when Chris Benoit won the World Heavyweight Championship against Triple H and Shawn Michaels. So having a main event triple threat match could be really fucking good.
And with Roman, The Rock, and Cody, fuck.
Three of the biggest stars in the world.
Two angry Samoans that are apparently genetically inclined to be birthed to hate Cody Rhodes.
So now here's where I kind of weigh on the other side now, too. I really want to see Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, and I think having that type of match should be at a WrestleMania. And I do want to see Roman versus Rock against each other one-on-one at a WrestleMania, because I feel like they don't need to go against each other for
Fucking God, Donnie, I hate you, because now I'm like, fuck, I want that too.
It's like a seesaw. Like,
I hate
you
it,
go
dude.
up, you go down, like it's balanced. Like there's good and there's bad to both. And that's
Why
what
does
makes this
WWE have
such
to
a
be
good main
fucking
event topic.
booming so much right now? Fuck, this is hard.
Because that's the thing, like, don't get me, like, I know a triple threat match would be so good, but I kind of want to see Roman and Rock against each other, because when are we ever going to get that opportunity with their busy schedules?
Yeah, especially at WrestleMania, dude, the time is now for that shit. Like, fuck, even if you have to draft fucking Cody to, even if you have to draft fucking Roman to Raw and give him the world title, do that instead. Like, I'd rather see Randy, fuck, Donnie. Dude.
Because honestly, like, Randy versus Cody, like, they have the history through the years. And I think that if you give them a solid 3-month storyline buildup, that could be the main event of night one.
It's not even a 3-month story buildup. This is almost 20 years. This is almost a 20-year buildup, because fucking Legacy was 2008, 2009. So, like, dude, this has been almost 20 years in the making. So, yeah dude, I want that.
I'm saying, like, Randy turning heel and then building that when he turns heel on Cody to WrestleMania.
Yes, of course, but I'm just saying, like, timing-wise, it's good now. Like, we need that at a Mania, and when the fuck are we ever going to get that if Cody loses at Mania? You know, like, when are we going to get that again? So it's like, pull the trigger now, and because there is enough time to build that up. So, dude, I'm with you.
It's so hard. Because
I thought this was going to be a slam dunk, and here you are throwing a fucking obstacle in my way. God damn it. Oh, God, that sounds good.
Like, here's the thing, too. Like, it's very interesting because even, like, Rock, when he was out there, he, like, did the 3 as well. So that's why I think a lot of the rumors are swirling around that this could possibly be a triple threat match. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this, like, trio moving forward. Because I think The Rock is going to be involved in War Games. I think that
he is too. I think he's going to get in there with the OG bloodline, and then at the end, him and Roman are going to go at it, I think. So I think it's good. I think that, the hot take, this is a very bold prediction very early on, but if The Rock and Roman go at it, I think Cody's going to try and be on Roman's side, and Roman's going to spear the fuck out of him. So I think that it could set up the triple threat that early, and that could be the first, like, planted seed.
Because here's how I think The Rock gets involved. I think that The Rock, maybe earlier that night at Royal Rumble, goes against Cody Rhodes for the championship. Cody beats The Rock, but because he's the final boss, he enters the Rumble at number 30, and he wins the Rumble to give himself that title shot.
And eliminates Roman.
Yep.
Oh, Donnie, you're
I feel like
fucking...
we are, dude, I feel like we are getting the triple threat match. Like, I see it happening. As much as, like, because then again, you could do Cody versus Randy at Rumble. You could do that.
No, Mania.
Yeah, but you can't have Cody go against Randy and then go against Roman
Donnie,
and The Rock.
I'm gonna have my cake and I'm gonna fucking eat it too. You put this shit in my fucking brain, now it's literally infesting my soul. All right.
So here's a good question to ask you, Ben.
Okay.
So, what would you rather have happen? Triple threat match for the WWE Championship with The Rock and Roman and Cody, or would you rather have Rock versus Roman, night 2, night 1, Cody versus Randy?
I'm gonna go with option B. I'm gonna go with B. I'd rather that shit, because Rock and Roman doesn't need a fucking title. It doesn't. It's big enough spectacle as it is.
And if they were to do that, you actually could have Roman, because they do win the War Games match, you could have Roman technically feel like he got the business done with the bloodline, so that at Rumble, we get the Roman versus Cody match.
Yep.
And that's when the final boss screws Roman.
I think they both enter the Rumble pissed off, and that's when The Rock screws Roman. I think they both end up getting pissed off. So,
yeah, but but the Rumble thing would be scratched with The Rock entering it if we were having to go with option B. So technically, I would say, Roman Reigns, he finally feels like he finished Solo Sikoa in the bloodline. So now at Royal Rumble, because he did say in his first promo back, he wants to get the championship that he wants his championship back. So at Rumble, he feels like it's the perfect time. So we get Roman versus Cody in a marquee match, and The Rock screws Roman because obviously, like, yes, The Rock has his issues with Cody Rhodes, but Roman is family. So he's going to screw Roman without Cody knowing, so that going into WrestleMania, you have that build-up, final boss versus OTC. And then Cody and Randy, they'll do something in between.
It's already written in the stars that Roman and The Rock are definitely going to be locking horns at some point, because you've seen the footage of The Rock like going on a fucking rampage after like he showed up outside like to the arena. He's pissed off, dude. It's family business, and he's working with fucking Cody Rhodes against his own family instead of trying to solve it. So it's already written in the stars.
And that's the thing that makes this so complicated too, because now, like, I'm being a little bit more greedy. I'm being a little more selfish. I love this final boss character, and I don't want just Rock versus Roman. I want to see Rock and Cody at some point, too. Where are we going to get that match?
I could see that at Rumble, if anything. I could see that match at Rumble. And I can see fucking, like you said, The Rock losing, going into the fucking Rumble, pissed off and screwing Roman. I can see that happening.
Roman in the Rumble, because Roman thinks his way to WrestleMania is entering the Rumble.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
And then Rock's embarrassed that Cody beat him at the Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. I can't wait for the road to this upcoming Mania. Oh my goodness. But Rumble, Rock versus Cody's got to happen at the Rumble. Roman's got to go into the Royal Rumble match, and The Rock's got to freaking interfere and throw Roman out.
It'd be cool too, like right before like number 30, you hear number 30 like go off, no music is playing, or like the music of who was supposed to be number 30 starts playing, and then all of a sudden it cuts to like the backstage of like that person getting jumped, and then you see The Rock coming out and like, hit my fucking music or some shit, and then like The Rock comes in number 30 instead. I could see that happening, pulling power.
But then again, if he's gonna wrestle Cody, I could just see him interfering towards like maybe like the final 4. And that's when, like, he comes out and he embarrasses Cody, or not Cody, Roman Reigns, and throws him out.
Who knows? Yeah, because I could set it up with no title, bro. Yeah.
So many scenarios. But honestly, like, at this point, I am not going to doubt Triple H and the WWE creative team. Whatever direction they decide to go in, I got my seat buckle on. I am ready for the fucking ride.
Honestly, man, it's the journey. Like literally IRL on the way, and honestly, dude, I'm here for the ride. I'm stoked. It's probably my most hyped storyline right now, building towards anything wrestling wise. So I'm with you, bro.
Absolutely. And we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But I figured we're at the 6-month mark. We might as well fantasy book a little bit and talk about it. And honestly, I thought that this was a perfect main event topic.
Dude,
only if we can have
there's
consistent
nothing
main
better.
Event topics like this every week. We'd be sick.
Yeah. The show was this whole episode of the podcast has just been like a very fluid, very definitely we're in sync today. Like we're very much so in sync today. So it was a good show, man, and even better. It's even better to cap it off with an even more stellar main event.
Well, there is one reason, Ben, why we're in sync.
Why?
Because of this. Because now I finally got my setup thanks to you last week.
Yeah.
So that's why we're in sync, and hopefully the audio of all this is good, because I'm very new to this whole XLR thing. That's what you call it, right?
Dude, yeah, and your audio is crisp. It's so fucking clean. It's so clean.
So to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, well, before I actually do close this off, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No. Just pray that this keeps going the way it's been going in the world of wrestling, because guys, we are in a fucking boom period and wrestling is cool again.
That is right. And just a reminder to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, Saturday for AEW Wrestle Dream, I will not be doing a live watch along, unfortunately. I have things going on, but if you are looking for somebody to join, we highly recommend you guys to go over to our old co-host of the We Are Wrestling podcast, Danny Huckins, YouTube channel and join him, because I'm sure he will be doing a live watch along over on his channel. So I will put that in the links down below. Also, if you guys haven't checked out the Kevin Blackwood versus Sammy Diaz match, highly recommend checking it out. Next week, we are going to be posting the Dijak versus Crawford match. That's another one you can't miss. And we also will be having some wrestling vlogs coming up within the next couple weeks or so that are in the works right now, currently. Man, we got lots of awesome content ahead of you. And if you guys haven't checked out my predictions for AEW Wrestle Dream, you can go check those out as well. Just uploaded those yesterday, and I think I had some pretty decent predictions. But if you guys enjoyed this week's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, make sure to smash that like button now. Don't worry, next week, Ben, he won't be here, but Ricky will be back. And we're going to be putting over Jack Perry, and then the week after, when Ben comes back, we're putting over the best in the world, CM Punk. Full dedication to him. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're listening to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, give us a 5-star review, not just any review, a best one review, and download the episode. Give us a follow, helps with the algorithm. But if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, over on the YouTube channel, where you can watch the video version of this podcast, you can join us for the live watch-alongs, predictions, reactions, all the juicy, good pro wrestling content. Make sure to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Also, go follow We Are Wrestling over on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, all the social media links down in the description below, including my links to my YouTube channel and my social medias, and Ben's Twitch channel and his YouTube channel. All the links down in the description below. In addition, if you guys want to go support us just a little bit more, please go follow us over on the social media pages, because it really does help. But to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.
Yeet.